Okay, guys, the topic that we will be dealing now will be mammary gland, which is a very important landmark in the upper lung. Okay, first we'll see the topics: extent, deep relations, structures of mammary gland, blood supply, and lymphatic drainage. Okay, now let's have a general view on it. So, mammary gland, it is nothing but a modified sweat gland. It is well developed in females and rudimentary in male. Location. It is located in the superficial fascia of pectoral region. And extent. It extends from the second to the sixth rib. And horizontally from the lateral border of sternum to the mid-axillary line. Now we can divide the mammary gland into 4 quadrants. That is the upper lateral, upper medial, the lower lateral, and lower medial. Important thing, the upper lateral quadrant is the most common site for carcinoma of breast. Okay. Now, it is most common in the axillary tail of Spence, which passes through the foramen Langer. And now on to the deep relations. The first one will be the pectoral fascia, and then the 3 muscles, that is the pectoralis major, serratus anterior, and external oblique. And the other deep relation is the retromammary space of loose areolar tissue. And now we move on to the structures of mammary gland. There are 3. They are the skin, the parenchyma, and stroma. Moving on to the skin. Skin contains the nipple and areola. So now on to the nipple first. It is nothing but a conical projection in the 4th intercostal space, mostly in the 4th intercostal space. It is supplied by T4 intercostal nerve. It has rich somatosensory nerve supply. It contains 15 to 20 lactiferous ducts opening into it. And now moving on to areola. It is darkly pigmented, present around the nipple, rich in the nerves of sebaceous glands, and during pregnancy and lactation, sebaceous glands enlarge. These enlarged sebaceous glands are known as tubercles or Montgomery. And now on to the parenchyma. The parenchyma is the glandular tissue which secretes milk. It consists of 15 to 20 lobules. The lobes are divided into lobules. Each lobe is drained by one lactiferous duct. The lactiferous ducts, before converging into nipple, produce a dilation known as the lactiferous sinus. And now we move on to the stroma. The stroma contains fibrofatty tissue, which has a ligament of Cooper and adipose tissue in the stroma. Ligament of Cooper provides structural support to the breast. And moving on to the blood supply now. The arterial supply of the mammary gland. First, we have three arteries. The axillary artery branches to the internal thoracic artery, and 3, the posterior intercostal arteries. Axillary artery branches, that is the superior thoracic artery, acromiothoracic artery, and the lateral thoracic artery. And now moving on to the venous drainage. The fashion continues, that is the axillary artery first, that is why axillary vein, internal thoracic vein, and then the posterior intercostal veins. And now moving on to the lymphatic drainage. An important applied of lymphatic drainage is that the carcinoma of breast spreads through lymphatic vessels to the regional lymphatic nodes, from which they spread to other parts of the body. And now moving on to the lymphatics of the breast. First, it will be the superficial and deep lymphatics. The superficial lymphatics can drain from the skin of the breast except the nipple and areola. And the deep lymphatics drain the parenchyma of the breast, including the nipple and areola. Lymph nodes draining the breast. That are the axillary nodes, which drain 75% of the lymphatics from the breast, and the internal thoracic nodes, which drain 20% from the breast, and the posterior intercostal nodes, which drain the rest. And now moving on to the 5 groups of axillary nodes. There is a simple acronym, that is apical, and then you slash out the I. So it will be anterior, posterior, central, apical, and lateral nodes. And now lymph nodes from the breast mainly drain into the anterior lymph nodes of the axillary group. And now moving on to the diagram. It's very simple. Draw the breast along with the axillary tail of Spence divided into 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then you will have to draw the axillary nodes, that is the central, posterior, anterior and lateral, and posterior internal nodes, and the subperitoneal node, and internal thoracic node, and the apical node. Mark them all one by one. Central, anterior, posterior, lateral, posterior intercostal nodes, internal thoracic nodes, the subperitoneal nodes, and the apical nodes. And now you can draw the drainage. The upper lateral and lower lateral will drain into axillary nodes. The lower lateral will drain into posterior intercostal nodes, and the upper medial and lower medial will drain into the internal thoracic nodes. And now moving on to the applied anatomy of the mammary gland. The first one is the carcinoma of breast. One of the most common cancer in females. So okay, it is more common in elderly females post menopause. Hard, painless swellings are present in carcinoma of breast. And second one is the pudy orange appearance. It is nothing but the pure appearance of the breast when it is affected by carcinoma due to obstruction of the superficial lymphatics, which is caused due to cancer. The skin has a orange-like appearance. So the third one is rigid tumors. These are caused due to cancer cells which penetrate Cooper's ligament. And that's it, friends. And that's easy anatomy for you. Please like and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you.